Live from the Esports Arena in Santa Ana, California, this is the Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest tonight, Heather Dubrow, with Gina Grad on news, Bald Brian on sound effects, and we'll play What Can't Adam Complain About and the Rotten Tomatoes game. And now, finally, at the Esports Arena, his dad would be so proud, Adam Carolla!
Coming out. Thanks for tuning in. That's Gina Grad over there.
Hi!
And Bald Brian. Heather Dubrow is with us tonight. Her podcast, Heather Dubrow's World, is out as we speak, and it's on PodcastOne, and you can see new episodes every week, and also the show, second podcast, Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig, which is with her husband Terry, who's here, and he's a board-certified plastic surgeon. So if you have any, I have some asymmetry in my sack, and I'd like to work on that, but after the show, of course, but still on stage, but just after the show. Thank you guys for coming out. We're doing our I don't even know what this is called. This is a virtual reality show. So this can be enjoyed in the future and during the present. I guess, and these cameras are showing this thing in virtual reality 3D. Although, I'm not interested in what's going on behind me.
Right.
I was at the barber yesterday, and she said, "How do you like the back of your head?" And I said, you know, the neckline. What do you want to do with the neckline? And I said, I don't know. And then she said, do you want it square or do you want it circular? And I said, what shape is it now? And she said, I think it's circular. And I said, well, then do it, bitch. And my power move, once again, is when they give you the mirror on the wall, handheld, and want to spin you around for a look at the back. I go, no, thank
Pass.
you. Yes,
Pass.
right.
So I'm thinking if it's in virtual reality, the people who are watching it with their VR headsets or whatever can be anywhere. Like, can they sit on stage? Where would you recommend someone sit and watch this show? Next to Gina, perhaps?
Thank you.
Yes, I would.
Well, what's wrong with me? I have champagne.
Yeah, you can talk about your power moves with the back of your head, and that's great, but Heather brought her own champagne.
Well,
and
because they
power
told
move.
me they didn't have any, and I thought Esports Arena was probably, no offense, but maybe like limo champs.
Yeah, this crowd is a little more Monster Energy drink with a little Jägermeister dumped in the top.
Oh, I remember
not
Jägermeister.
Not so much the champagne. All right, I had a thought today. I had a thought that I've never had before.
What?
A thought that I've never had before, and I was going to share it with you this evening. I started thinking about Tom Cruise today. I did like a deep emotional dive on Tom Cruise, and I started thinking about Tom Cruise, and I started thinking about Top Gun, and I'm obsessing over him and his tidy whities.
Who isn't?
Him learning the bad news about Goose and wondering what he could have done differently. My feeling is
Tom Skerritt sidles up and goes,
hey,
sailor.
This scene is it's interesting to me on a couple of levels.
And people say this is a gay movie.
First off, those things are 2 sizes too small. Also, he couldn't get him any higher if he was wearing fucking suspenders. And it would be a slightly less gay look if he was wearing the Robin Williams rainbow suspenders.
He's
with
wearing
the
like
tiny
Jordache underwear.
Yes. Also, I am not that comfortable with my asshole and its ability to cut shit off, to put in stark white underpants pulled up tightly and have an entire camera and lighting crew work my rear end. So,
Well, Adam, you don't know what take that was.
yes,
That's true.
it has to be one of the early. Hold on, did you say take or taint?
Take.
Take.
Not taint.
Sorry.
Take.
Sorry, I thought
Take.
you said taint. Taint. Okay.
And they
now-
called him One Take Tom from then on.
So a couple of thoughts on this. I don't know why you couldn't have been wearing a towel or bathrobe or, God forbid, pants, because it's pulling focus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It sure
this is
is.
an important scene where Tom Skerritt is explaining to him that Goose is gone and he needs to soldier on, but I'm staring at backsack and wondering why those things are pulled up so tight and who made that choice artistically. And then I thought, wait a minute. This guy plays volleyball in jeans.
Tight jeans.
So we've.
The bar is set very high.
I'm saying we've already established earlier in the film that he can wear jeans in inappropriate places.
In non-jean situations.
Nobody.
Again with the high jeans.
Yeah.
I think maybe he's worried about a muffin top.
Yes, because they're definitely up to belly button.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a deep dive, thinking about Cruz, thinking about the fact that he's wearing the tighty-whities, thinking about the fact that he's wearing jeans to play volleyball, which, by the way, you couldn't make anything more uncomfortable to me than jean volleyball, especially when you try to dig out a few of those low serves and you get a nice scoop of sand with the nutsack rubbing against the inner thigh. And then I had this thought. The thought I've never had before. And this is we're gonna pierce the hymen on this thought in real time, because it's a fresh thought that I've never experienced before, which is I have never seen Tom Cruise in shorts. I've seen him in 1,000 different outfits in the future. I've seen him in the fire suits. I've seen him in his underpants. I've seen him in jeans. I've seen him in Days of Thunder. I've seen him as Top Gun. I've seen him in the military stuff. I've seen him in the jumpsuits and the flight suits. I've never seen him in shorts.
Yeah.
Like a sensible cargo.
Like just shorts, like what a guy would wear if he was playing fucking volleyball on the beach. Now, yes, Brian.
There's a scene in Minority Report where he goes to a public pool and swims with his kid, but I don't know that you see his shorts.
We have to figure it out.
He swims in the public pool
Because
in Minority Report.
I yelled at a guy who was sitting across the table to me when I had this thought, Google Tom Cruise in shorts. And then I yelled, I bet a bunch of pictures of him jogging with his kid is going to come up, but not movie
Nothing
scenes.
from the scene, yeah.
He's been in 141 movies.
Yeah.
It stand to reason that he'd be in shorts at some point, but can anyone picture a discussion, a movie where Tom Cruise is wearing shorts?
No.
Then I wanted to know why. Because now there's got to be a reason, and I think it's his stature.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
It's a proportion
It cuts him off.
You don't see Stallone in shorts very often. I mean, there's boxing shorts. Hold on. Not a dress short, not a cargo short. Of course, when he's running in slow motion in a crazy homoerotic montage in the Santa Monica Bay with Creed, Creed, that's something. But I think a couple things. I think the short dudes wear boots a lot.
Right, with the
And the
lift.
short
Oh,
dudes
so they
wear
need the long pants.
boots, and you can't wear a cowboy boot in shorts unless you're so fucking
the way-
hot you're on
you better be
fire.
hot.
Yeah.
That's my husband. He does the same thing. You don't wear shorts because you like to wear heels.
This is
This is
No, but
actually an intervention.
This is actually a trend now. Harry
Took a
Styles,
left
all
turn.
these people, the guys are wearing heels.
Well, if we've established that a tall guy is more attractive than a short guy,
I mean, girls wear heels. Why can't you?
right, and we can establish that you can go ahead and put a boot on and get an extra inch and a half in elevation.
Which is very important to men.
right.
An extra inch,
Then,
inch and a half.
yeah,
Just
let's talk cock
who
for a
doesn't
second.
want to double?
I'm done talking Cruise.
Well,
and
that really
shorts,
went
but
down a sinkhole, didn't it?
But am I? Yeah,
Extra-
well, we got something for your sinkhole.
Extra
Yeah.
inch and a half. Who doesn't want to double their length?
Sorry, Brian. Sorry. Wait a minute.
Sorry. Extra inch and a half. Who doesn't want to double their length?
That's right. Oh, all right. So, poor Brian had to wait on that joke for
I'm glad
20
I came
minutes.
back for that. That was good.
It got a little stale.
Let
But
that
all
sink
right.
in, everyone.
Listen, it's a live show. It's unscripted. It's unscripted. So the question, yeah. I like that they figure out 20 minutes into the show that a light would be a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Like there's no, There's no other way any other human being could have stood here and held a
I
microphone.
think Gina and I like this light.
I do.
While
It's a
we-
little
while
haunted
we lit
housey.
it.
light. The older
While
I
we
get,
lit
the
it.
lower I want the
All right,
light.
so Cruz, no shorts. Part of it is he likes a little height in his boot.
Yeah.
And also, but I've seen him ride a motorcycle 221 times.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you. And I think we've agreed that he likes motorcycles and doesn't like shorts, and
Correct.
thus the scripts follow suit. Yes.
I don't think you wear shorts on a motorcycle,
And
do
you can't wear shorts on a motorcycle.
There's the answer.
Right. Although it is kind of a weird, it's a weird conceit on a motorcycle, because if you see a guy and he's on his, oh, there he is.
No shorts.
If you see, all right, but this is an interesting concept, and I'm going to ask Dr. Terry about this, and you tell me. Here's how we're wired. The motorcycle, the guy's on like some Kawasaki, KZ 1100 that goes 0 to 60 in 1.7 seconds, and he's like buzzing through traffic, and he's hauling ass, and he's tearing up the highway, and you go, good for him. But if that dude is wearing shorts, you go, he's a maniac.
Yeah.
Now, you eat shit on a motorcycle at 85 miles an hour. I don't think the wisp of cotton that just passes your knee is going to make you just walk away unscathed.
They gotta have those jeans on.
Yeah, well, I didn't get that road rash on my calf. Meanwhile, my head has a parking meter going through it. But it is weird. If you see a guy if I see a guy with no helmet, I'll go, oh, I guess there's no helmet laws here in Florida or something. But if I see a guy in shorts, I'm like, he's a maniac.
Yeah.
He's got a death wish. It's weird, right?
It's very weird. That's why they always wore leather, right? For the extra protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it makes you look cool, and it's one of the only pieces of apparel that actually makes noise when you walk.
Yeah.
Like when a guy wears
Oh, yeah,
leather,
the
he scrunch,
squeaky.
you like scrunch up to the bar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a good look.
And it's interesting because the two pieces of material that make noise couldn't be farther from each other in terms of cool and sexy. You have leather and corduroy.
Corduroy.
Not
yeah.
sexy.
Oh, yeah,
By the way,
corduroy, not so much.
No.
Yeah.
not
if,
sexy.
If you had a time machine and you could go back 15 years, you would say, buy stock in Amazon and Apple, but not corduroy. You will fucking, you'll literally be taken to the cleaners with your corduroy. Does anyone even have to clean corduroy? All right, we shall do, another thought I had. I've never been to this part of I've lived in Los Angeles my entire life. And when I got off the freeway, I realized I've never gotten off this off-ramp.
Yeah.
I've never toured these streets.
Yeah.
I've had everything I've done is been in Disneyland or Irvine Improv or whatever. I've never done anything here.
Heather was giving us a little heads up backstage. She was like, first of all, don't walk outside.
Right.
Ever.
Oh my God, what if someone's from
sounds
Santa
alarmist.
Ana and I'm telling you it's sketchy?
But I gotta.
Yes, sketchy.
But it's so
Hold
quaint.
on,
They
would
have
you-
those cute street lights.
Would you rather live in a sketchy neighborhood or a dicey neighborhood?
sketchy.
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 I
Sketchy
don't know,
for
I feel
sure.
like dicey has a
Dicey,
little more
I'm
flair
going
to it.
dicey.
It has the word die in it.
All right, that's a good point. All right, so it's a little bit sketchy. All right, like guys walking around. Like I'm interested in he seems homeless, but it also seems like he's going somewhere.
He's homeless with a purpose.
Yeah, and he's got a big can of something with something else in it. I'm sure of it. I like that. I like any place where dogs walk sideways. That's always a good. That either means you're in Tijuana or wherever we are. I took this as a bad sign. Santa Ana. Sorry. I'll tell you what I took as a bad sign. I stopped. I checked out the mini mall on the corner. I like to figure out who's renting at the mini mall. I then wrote down the 3 businesses that were at the strip mall on the corner when I was coming in a mile and a half from here. We have
Cartier?
Payday Loans.
Uh-huh. Yep. Sure.
Okay, not a
Sketch.
great sign. Donut shops with weird names that only Koreans and Vietnamese could come up with. Yes, donuts.
Yeah.
Yes, donuts.
Yes.
Don't tell me there's not some crazy nationality behind that. Not since me and Kimmel were at the Sherman Oaks like putt-putt golf place and we're playing a video game in like 1995 and we saw a video game called Violence Fight. Have I been so sure there's been a weird nationality behind the naming of something?
Yeah.
I guarantee if we go down to Yes Donuts and I find the proud owner of Yes Donuts, they will tell us a story about coming to this country in a coffee can in 1971 to escape whatever banana republic that was coming after them. All right. Now the third, and this isn't even bad, but it always is.
It's indicative.
The Yoshimura Beef Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Only seen in sketchy/dicey.
Dicey.
True.
I don't know what it is. I like beef. I like the shapes of bowls. I don't know why.
Occasionally they'll be in iffy neighborhoods, but
They don't pop up in like an Encino in Beverly Hills. It's gotta
But
be.
it's good. It's like one-stop shopping. You're waiting for your loan, you get your bowl, you get your Yes Donut.
That's right. Yeah, really. You get your
Got it all
dessert donuts. You're waiting for them to hammer your check. And you got to get your disability check hammered. You're going to get yourself a nice raised donut. And in between, we'll have some cow that's in the shape of a bowl. What is up with the Yoshimura?
have you been? Have you ever been to It's Yoshinaya, right?
Yoshinaya, sorry. I don't know what it is. Ask the guy who owns Yes Donuts how to pronounce it.
It's Yoshinoya.
Every single time I see that place, I go, I got to get in on that, man. I want some of that. Like, it sounds good. It's beef, it's rice, it's a bowl.
It's fast food.
I go, I'm going, next time I'm around
mental
here.
note,
Yeah,
mental
yeah,
note.
I'm getting in on some of that, and I never do.
No.
I never
once.
do. And I also don't know if anyone can Grubhub bring it to your house. Can it be transported?
I have to imagine so.
I don't think that kind of food is transportable. There's certain foods that you can bring home and certain you can't.
But that's the rub. There's a drive-through window for soup.
Right, because you got to eat it in the car in
I
a shameful way
I
in the
think it's a
parking
I
lot
think
where
it's a
no one can
walk-through.
see you.
Is it
I
a
think it's a
walk-through?
walk-through window. I don't think people have cars who eat there. I think they're allowed to make a motoring noise.
Right,
honk,
sure.
honk, broom. You know, some of the guys will go all in and like check the mirror, like, hey, come on, buddy. Here we go. Does anyone eat at the
Yoshinoya?
No. Okay.
Have you been
All
to
right.
Yes
Have you
Donuts?
been to Yes Donuts?
You have? Are they good?
Who
Fair to
owns,
Midland.
Who
No
owns,
donuts.
Who owns Yes Donuts? Do you know? Crazy nationality? Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Adam,
I just always, yes.
did you notice on the way in, the whole way here, I think on Broadway or one of the streets, it's all law offices. Is everybody getting sued all the time in Santa Ana?
I
I've
saw
never
that.
seen so many.
I also noticed somebody sitting in somebody's living room. There's a weird thing, a lot of range. Wait a minute. I've never had this thought either.
Oh boy, big day.
There's a lot of new thoughts.
There's two things. They're like two jobs you can do from your living room and put a sign up in the window that says, you know, come on in and participate in this. Like, you can't do it with plastic surgery, right?
Well, you can, but then you
can't
end up on botched.
Yeah,
right?
you end up on season 5 of Botch. Or, you know, you can't really do you can't do brake jobs that way. Like, hey, pull into my living room. The two things you can do, there's a lot of range. You can do the soothsaying stuff like the tarot
Psychic,
cards.
yeah,
and-
yeah.
Right,
well,
angel card reader, psychic.
That and tax preparation.
Yes.
Those are the two jobs. Seems insane that they would both be there. You know what I mean? Because one is very precise.
Right.
And one is
one's-
taxes.
Oh!
Hey.
Thank you, stop.
I passed by somebody's living room, and some dude was just sitting in there getting his taxes done on Saturday night at 7:45, and I thought,
On April 20th.
I'm also guessing he doesn't go like, hey, I got to get back to the mansion so I can be blown by Victoria's Secret models, so let's pick this up. I need my shoebox filled with receipts back, because I got the chick with her wings on back at the mansion over there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hashtag Santa Ana.
Do we? No, but we love it, and like I said, you guys think of it as sketchy, but I prefer to think of it as dicey.
Yeah.
All right. Had this one today. So everybody in my house has these AirBud, you know,
The
whatever,
AirPods.
AirPods.
That
Oh, they
looks like
dropped the ball
Shrek
with
with
AirBud,
with
right?
the Q-tips.
Right, the little,
Yeah.
and they come in the little floss container.
Yes.
And since everyone in my family has them, then no one can tell them apart. And then all right, this is a little nuance, but you guys tell me. You know when you're looking for something and you're really looking for something and you're frustrated and you turn that and like you say to your wife or anyone in the house like, Jesus Christ, I went all the way through the bedroom, I went through the kitchen, I went out and searched a car, and I've been through the house 5 times. I can't find, my wallet or the earbuds or like whatever it is you're looking for. I can't find it. I'm fucking going nuts. And then at some point, inevitably, about 45 seconds later, they will look at something in the middle of the kitchen counter that sort of may resemble what you were looking for if you were really fucking high on peyote, and then they sound off. Like, hey, it's right here. This is it. And then they pick it up and they go, oh, no, that's mine. And you go, fuck, don't do that. Don't sound off. And by the way, it's sitting in the middle of the kitchen counter. Do you not think
You've given it a pass.
You've been there.
Yeah.
Tori, like, pop open my Space Saver Spare or my Jag and pull it out of that and yell Eureka and you have my attention. But I did cover this ground. A little too happy. Yeah. So Lynette had lost her earbuds. She had the package, but she didn't have the buds or the pods or the whatever. And then I, as the husband, have to sit there and pretend to be sort of concerned. But instead, I'm just thinking, if you just put this shit back, like I told you to put this shit back, you wouldn't have to go through life this way.
I feel like I've seen this movie before.
But you can't say anything.
No.
You can't say
but
anything.
was she doing this thing?
She did this weird thing where it's like she lost them, but she's going to spread around a little bit of the blame. Like she's like, I was listening to my show, and then you came in listening to your show, and you had it on speaker, so I had to take my earbuds out. So now all of a sudden it's like, well, it's half my fault,
Sure.
Because,
I'll be generous.
I had the temerity to walk around
yes.
the house with a phone. So she's like, and then I had to take them off, and then they're somewhere, and I got the case, but I don't know where the earbuds are. And then, and you'll cherish these moments as you get older with kids. You probably experienced this. You may have been on the losing end of this as well, but you probably had a few victories with Terry as well. My son, just from the mouth of babes, and I'm sitting there, again, I have to stifle myself. Right. I can't go, well, look, if you start putting shit away, then you wouldn't have to. And then Sonny just waltzes into the room, and she's like, Sonny, have you seen my ear? I have the container. I don't have the earbuds. And he goes, yo, why didn't you put them back in the container?
Oh, shots fired.
Here's $20. Don't ever change. Don't ever change. Oh, by the way, I'm going to need you later. I'm going to need you to come in like 7 times a week and announce super obvious shit that I'll get yelled at.
No, I know. But the worst is that they know so much more than we know about technology.
Yes.
So I get a lot of this because my oldest two, my twins are 14. I get a lot of, Mom, like, don't you know?
Yeah.
How could you not know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got the AirPods and I took one out and they shut off.
Right.
And I said to my son, I'm like, they shut off. He goes, it'll come back on.
Right.
Like, you just got to wait a second.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it shut off.
Yes. Yeah. You put
I
it in
don't
your
understand
ear.
it.
Yeah, do weird things like, I'm going to make an over-exaggerated motion to lift it to my ear so the apple god sees me and makes it come back on again.
And bequeaths you with sound.
Right. He rewards me with sound. Yeah, I always like, and then they're telling me about live means good, like this is live. I had a long talk with an 18-year-old about these vape pods or whatever, like they're vaping, but there's this one, it's like 10 packs of cigarettes and one vape pen, and I'm
awesome.
The problem with me is every time someone explains an evil drug to me, I go, hey, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
You think you're the president and you can fly? Wow. And where do you score this evil?
As long as we're on the subject of looking for things, is there a worse saying when some idiot says to you, it's always in the last place you look? Yeah, no shit. What fucking animal keeps looking after they found something?
Yeah. Like maybe if
I
you
found it. I'm trying to keep looking.
well, spend an extra half hour looking for your phone and then bank it for the next time you lose your phone, asshole. I hate that. I don't like the last place, and I don't like the people asking the pertinent questions, like, well, where did you have it last?
Oh, I should have thought of that.
Right, duh.
Yes, of course, this is now. These all been wild. These have all been wild thoughts that I have considered greatly. All right, should we do? But it did feel satisfying for Sonny to walk into the room and go,
Yeah, I
well,
like
put him back in the stupid thing, and then you won't have to go there this anymore. Let's do a little. What can Adam complain about? Oh, we have our.
Stuff. The world is full of it. And one man can complain about it all. This is What Can't Adam Complain About?
All right. Brian, you. Hold on.
That's cute.
Thank you.
Can I hit that?
Guys love it when you call stuff cute.
Yeah. Hit the
That's
side.
exactly
Think
right.
about the
That's
bell.
exactly how
The
that
thing with
works.
the bells, you gotta go side.
They know everything.
Side, yeah.
Now you're
They do.
talking.
I'm trying to think. Is
All right,
there
go ahead.
anything a guy likes being called cute? Like you don't want to pull up in a new sports car and be called
Oh,
cute.
cute.
No,
You don't want
wanna
your
drop
dick
your
called
pants.
cute,
no.
right?
No.
Never cute. All right, sorry.
Now, Heather, anyone can complain
Should
about.
I have called it girthy?
Yes, call the bell.
Now we're
Call
talking.
the bell, girthy.
It's very girthy.
By the way, Dr. Terry, one time.
Speaking of girthy,
Yes, one time.
just say.
One time when I was, me and Jimmy were doing a man show bit, we did go to a doctor's office that did penile enhancement.
You tried it?
No. We simply just sort of scrubbed into the procedure. You know, we like hung out. And we're watching and we're talking about all the different stuff. And I said, where does the skin come from? And he said, it's cadaver cells or skin or whatever. And I
Right.
said, but where do you get it? Like, who signs up? Who sells it? And I go, oh, no, when you check that box at the DMV, this is part of what. I was like, I didn't check the box so I could have some Asian businessman get a little extra girth in his dong. I was going to save
That
a
was like a
blind
kidney,
child. I was
yeah.
going to give him the gift of sight.
I want to give him exactly. I want to do it in my eyeballs, my corneas.
Evidently, it's going right to the Middle Eastern guy's cock.
Well, it's all about giving love.
I
Is
thought
this
it-
true, Dr. Terry?
That can't be right.
Yes, all right.
And
I
there
thought it
you
had
go.
to be a vital organ. I mean, I guess the penis is a vital organ, but I thought it had to be like a kidney
I
or a
said,
liver.
where does this come from? He said, just cadavers. And I said, what cadavers? And he's like, people that sign up to give their tissue away, their
No,
organs away.
I don't
If
like
you're in,
because
you're
you know
in.
we like to talk about organ donation and we think it's important. I didn't know that they could take my boobs.
You know how
Or
fat my
more
dick
than
would be
one.
with just one of those boobs?
This is why I'm getting cremated. I want to be ashes. I just want to be ashes. I
Yeah.
don't want anyone taking any piece of me.
It's so weird that we can't stop thinking about being human beings even after we're dead.
know.
Like, hey, I don't want to be staring at some coffin for eternity.
I don't want to be worm food.
Well, haven't you seen too many movies? Don't you feel like you're going to wake up in the coffin? That's my biggest fear.
That's everyone's greatest fear.
Oh,
buried
can't.
alive.
Buried alive? Yes.
I got rolled up in a carpet once and freaked out. You ever get? I had my friends roll me up in a carpet where I had like 2 feet hanging out the head and 2 feet hanging out. And you're talking to a guy who's been put in commercial dryers at a coin-op laundry. Not nearly as bad as rolled up in the carpet. That's when I had to use one of my, as a young man, you have like, you're issued 5 of these. I'm serious! It's like, he's serious, you know, because they're all like kicking me and stepping on me and
You gotta double
farting into the
tap.
hole, you know, and I had to do, let me out, and they're like, ha ha ha, kick him, fart into the hole, let me out, let me out. And then at some point I go, I'm serious! And they go, he's serious. And they're like, but you get 5. You get 5, and then you just fucking don't use them all up on the same
don't use them
weekend. All right, so, Ball, what do we got here?
All right, so Heather, anyone can complain about things that are bad or things that suck. Adam's a master complainer. He's going to complain about good things.
Yes.
We have some from the audience. Darcy Stewart of Boise, Idaho says,
Wow.
do we have a microphone, by the way? I'm guessing not. No? Okay. Darcy says you can't complain about going on vacation.
Oh, it's so...
Oh, my husband can.
God, a groan from the whole crowd.
You know what? I never thought about this, but vacations have this weird window, and vacations they're fundamentally flawed because you have to take them with your family. If you can take vacations with other people's families and not your own, and there's also so it's this catch-22. So like when you're a kid, you take vacations theoretically with your family. We didn't go anywhere, but it's like everybody I would talk to would go like, when I talked to Jimmy, they'd live in like Phoenix or they lived in Vegas, and like, we'd have to drive to Lake Pyramid. My dad'd be screaming at us the whole time, and the car had air conditioning, but he wouldn't turn it on because he said it's barely 100 degrees, and when you turn it on, it hurts your gas mileage, and like all this shit. Then you'd get there, and then he was too cheap to buy everyone a buffet ticket, so he'd send my sister in, and so that's fucking miserable. Right? Then later on, you're single, so you can't really go on a vacation. Yeah. Then later on, you have a bunch of kids and wives and all kinds of stuff, and then you're paying for everything, and it goes right back to the misery factor. Again, there's like one little window of vacation that you can enjoy, and that's you're single, you've met someone, and you've only been fucking for like 10 days. Yeah.
So it's fresh.
And you get to go to like the Bay Area for the weekend or something.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah.
That exactly. You know what I think the problem with vacations is? It's like New Year's Eve. It's very high expectations because you're spending a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, we're going and we're going to have fun.
That's right.
And that's a problem.
You can't achieve that.
Well, we have bad weather karma. Wherever we're going, it doesn't matter if it's the driest season, it's going to rain.
Well, the other problem with the vacation I figured out, I don't know if you ran into this with your man, but anybody who is with their woman for a longer period of time than they should have shit or got off the pot at this point, like there's that thing of like somebody should have proposed or we should be married by now.
Someone you know who started dating after you and is now getting married.
You've been with this person for 4 years. You haven't popped the question. Then you go, well, let's go to Santa Barbara for the weekend. There's like a romantic getaway or whatever. Yeah. That's then you go out to dinner that night, blah, blah, blah. And then that's this conversation. And Gina, we'll recreate it.
All right.
We're driving home. I got sex. I got pasta. Like, I'm in a good mood. Hey, man, that was a night. That couples massage was a great idea. That was great.
Yeah, it was cool, I guess.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've not had, I don't know, Asti Spumante? What is that wine called? I don't know what it is, but that was good.
I don't really remember it like that. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah, well, it was a good time, though, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm just a little, I don't know, just a little disappointed.
It was good. Yeah, we should go back.
Yeah, no, we should go back to celebrate something important. I thought maybe we were going to go celebrate something important this time.
Seems like you're in a bad mood. What are you in a bad mood for? We just had a great time in Santa Barbara in wine country. It was awesome.
Stop this car.
Right. So they're pissed because they were expecting something. And then again, the worst is when you get invited to someone else's destination wedding. And they do. Karen and Sam met almost 14 months after we met. And now they're registered at Crate and Barrel.
I'm pretty sure they were dating longer than that.
Yeah.
You become the pace car for everybody else's relationship.
Then we can do this one. Yeah. Sam and Karen are getting married. I give it 9 months. I like we'd have to shit on the institution of marriage in general to see if we can get out of it. But vacations, they're really the best when you're alone. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, let me tell you something. We got we went to Maui, we had a room, we did the whole thing, and we got like the free drink cards.
Yeah, now you're talking.
And of course, my family treats gift cards and free drink coupons like they're not worth the paper they're printed on. So, and we lost them. And it's also, like, I don't know if we're getting some feedback here. Should I look for? So, I kept saying to Lynette, where are those free drink cards? I want to use it at the bar. And she's like, yeah, I don't know. I threw it at a homeless guy or something, or in my other bikini. Like, I don't know why. And I'm like, because I want to use it, because it says free. It says free. It's got the word free and drink. Those are like two of the best words combined, like beef and bull, I fucking found the thing while we were packing to get down to go to the cab. I'm such a maniac. I ran down to the guy at the bar and was like, put it in a fucking plastic cup. This will be a long ride to this airport.
You needed a roadie.
Yes,
well, you've
a
also,
roadie.
Have you ever been to Club Med?
No. What goes on
Club
there?
Med is the weirdest place. Have you ever been to Club Med? It is the weirdest place. My parents took us when we were younger, and at the time they would give you beads for currency. There was no money exchange.
Really?
So everyone just had beads on all the time, and you would just pay with these little pop-it beads. But it's like camp for
Heather,
adults.
you were part of a cult.
Yeah, it was like the
Your parents
Moonies.
didn't tell you that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I every time I see one of those Club Med commercials, everyone is too good looking and having too
They're
good a time.
very happy.
And
It's not true. No one's that happy.
it
What's
can't
the
be.
Club
'Cause
Med
it's
one?
vacation.
Is there a
Club
swinger
Med?
one?
Yeah, there's a Club Med one for like naturists and like gross people.
Wait, naked people? Are you talking
What's
about
that?
naked
Yeah,
Club
what's
Med?
it called? Like Bacchanalia or what is it?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Secrets or like Dionysia or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Is that
yeah,
like
yeah.
Bachelor
Yeah,
in
there's always-
Paradise?
Yeah, there's the
Yeah,
swinger. There's
yeah.
like the swingers beach or the side of it
Right.
where
It's
you
called
go.
hedonism.
Hedonism.
Yes, hedonism.
I mean, I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. The problem with nude beaches is the people you want to get nude rarely get nude, and all the people you don't want to get nude gladly get nude. My grandmother was trying to talk me into going to a fucking nudist camp in Topanga Canyon. It was called Elysium.
Oh, no.
God.
Sounds like a Tom Cruise
Yeah, it
movie where he
does.
rides a space motorcycle and
But no
chance,
shorts.
right?
Right.
She's like, by the way, this thing where you give activities you can do while nude actually make it less palatable to me. It's like, yeah, you can play pool, you can play
Volleyball.
snooker, you can play volleyball. Like, you can. Look, trunks aren't really slowing me
Yeah, they're
down.
not confining.
So it's not like somebody said, hey, Adam, you want to play some badminton? I wish I could, but I'm in these trunks. So, unless my cock's out in front of the kids, it's really, I just couldn't hold the paddle. Well, what about some ping pong? Again
with the trunk.
You
I
see,
wish
now
I
the
could,
jeans
but I have
volleyball's
nylon.
looking much better.
Yeah. Well, how about we just play some video games? Yeah, once again.
You see what I'm working
I
with
feel
there.
overdressed.
Yeah. How about caroms? Well, yeah, once again, unless my cock and balls are on the carom table, I just can't. How would I hold the stick? It says this thing. Look, I tell you what you can do
Right.
with old naked people, and also, wait a minute, the dudes are always old.
Yeah.
And that probably means erectile difficulties,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because
Is
you
it
can't be 19 and a dude and be walking around naked and not have full boner.
Yeah, is it poor etiquette to walk around a nudist colony with an erection?
Yes, they do not take kindly to that.
Gina with a very quick yes.
It is, well, let me say, all right, hold on a second, ladies. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. You guys say, I love when chicks talk about being annoyed because they're being hit on, which is like, God damn it, why do I have to be attractive? It's like, it's such a fucking burden. Like, I just want to go in and get a drink and go home, and I had all these fucking guys who want to have sex with me because of my physicality. Yes, it's so annoying having all the opposite sex attracted you. I don't know what just happened to
We'll
the...
fix it.
Okay, sorry.
We'll fix it in post.
But it's so annoying. Okay, yeah, I'd hate it. I couldn't imagine just wanting to enjoy Natty Light alone at a
quiet
bar and having a
night.
bunch of hot chicks come up
Yeah.
to me all day and shower attention. Next thing you know, they want to buy my alcohol? Oh, my God.
Fine.
All right, so you claim it's annoying, but if it completely and utterly dries up,
That'd be alarming.
like you just
Yeah.
walk into the bar past all the construction workers or drinking beer and no one even fucking takes their eyes off a TV set and they're showing soccer. At a certain point, you gotta wonder, okay, I'd like one guy to crane back or
Yeah.
something. All right, now if you're a hot chick and you've signed up for the nudist camp and every dude you're talking to looks like he just got out of the cold tub and there's fucking no movement whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just full innie, just nothing going on. Just it looks like it's like a belly button there, and the guy's just talking, and you're moving around a little, and you're like, oh, I got to get a little more sunblock on, and you're doing that, and he's just, yeah, go ahead, I'm fine, nothing.
By the way, that would be so depressing.
Yeah, that sounds soul crushing.
All right, so you would admit that like a little movement.
Nary a twitch. Nary a twitch.
No, like the leather phase, as you call it.
The leather
We'll take some
phase.
leather.
And you would, I think, here's the best of all cock-related worlds at the nudist camp. You'd like to see the dudes get a little movement, like a little A and B. Like, hey, when this guy showed up to the volleyball court, he was this, and now he's got a little more.
Yeah, he's a shower.
And then at some point, he does a thing where he's like, oh, geez, I got some sand in my contact. I got to get the solution out of my SUV. And he scurries off, right? Because he can't control himself anymore.
Right. I
So
like
that's
that.
what we're looking for. So
Yeah.
we're looking for some wood,
That's a very evolved scenario.
but not crazy boner wood.
I think the boner's okay. I think if I'm at a nudist beach and I feel like I'm looking hot, I want to see it all like he's happy. He thinks this is
And
this
I
is
could
good.
have a boner?
Yeah.
And then could we have a conversation and not involve my boner? I feel like...
By the way, I'm never going to this place. I just want you to understand that. I'm married to a plastic surgeon, but this is all real. I don't do
let's just
nude.
say, I want to
I've
know.
had 4 children.
I want to know if we can address the 800-pound the spider monkey.
No, I think
in
it's
the room,
I think it's a
which is-
non-conversation. It's just like, it's like a compliment.
Right, so I got a boner.
And
That's a
I'm,
compliment.
And I'm going. And then you take your beads and you buy me a drink.
I buy you a drink.
Yeah.
And like, so Gina, I got full boner. And we're talking.
Gina's happy.
Doesn't everything seem weird?
Yeah.
Like we're just sitting there and go. I gotta admit, I don't really even know what NAFTA stands for. I've heard some economists say it's good for our economy. And then don't give me. I mean, this whole Chinese tariff thing.
Yeah.
Like, is it good? Is it bad?
I could see myself in this situation with my head completely craned up, but my eyes craned down.
But is that the kind of conversation you have at a nude beach? I'm just thinking
Well, I
it
don't know
might
what
be
you
a little
talk
lower.
about. So I feel like with a
bar
boner, you got to
might be
keep it
lower.
pretty sterile, you know?
I think you have to address it.
You can't. No.
You can't address the boner.
You cannot address the boner.
But then doesn't it get super weird when you're like, I think the Rams Stadium is going to be done next year, not this year. My son and I got some end zone passes. They put us up on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. Sonny's so cute.
I think you can do that. The only thing you can't do is start pointing with it, like bars over there. Don't do that.
Go
What
west,
if-
young
all right,
man.
hold
Yeah,
on.
don't do it.
Can't do
Hold
that.
on. What if you're on the nudist beach and you're like eating a sandwich?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's a grinder. It's like a hoagie. It's like a two-hander. And if somebody said like, "Hey, which way's the bathroom?" You'd go like, you'd like do the elbow or something. Don't you think you could do that with your boner?
No.
Like you'd be like,
No.
"Where's the snack bar?"
Under no circumstances.
I don't even like the whole naked eating thing. Kind of grosses me out. Is there
Yeah,
a
I can't.
napkin?
You're like, God damn, does this guy love hoagies? He fucking loves hoagies. Like, you'd be having a conversation later on, like, Brad, do you think you like hoagies? No, not like this dude. He had pre-cum coming out of his dick while he was eating a hoagie. He fucking loves it that much.
I've never had this thought before, much like you never seeing Tom Cruise in shorts. I don't know if I've ever eaten food with an erection as an adult.
As
Have
an
you?
adult.
Have you?
You mean
That's
you've never been on a
interesting.
date and like hot for your date and maybe something's going on down there and they bring your entree?
But like,
That's a plausible scenario.
Or-
I'm just saying those things happen.
but you don't stumble to the fridge in the morning with a little wood.
Oh, that's a good point.
Thank
yeah,
you.
The late night snack. Yeah.
There
that's a
you
really
go.
good point.
Yeah,
I love
it is.
shitting on
It's a
Brian's
morning.
points.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a morning wood.
Yeah, morning
But that's I gotta take a piss wood.
Yeah, I
That's
was
not
gonna say-
I'm aroused.
yeah, no,
wood.
Okay,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sorry, let's not get sidetracked here, Brian. We got a game to play. Sorry.
So we do have a mic now. The next question is from Judy Igasaki. Judy Igasaki of Fullerton. Where are you, Judy?
What do you know about that beef
Right
bowl,
here.
bitch? I want all the fucking dirt. You know something about that beef bowl, right? What is it that I don't know? What's going on over there?
It's dog.
Is it good?
It's dog?
It's what? It's dog. Oh, I knew it. No.
I'm super sad now.
And who's running the Yes Donuts over there? Do we know anything?
Fullerton, not Santa Ana.
Okay. All right. You got a
Judy,
question?
her question does involve pets. So what's your question? Or what can I complain about?
You got a pet question. Get talking to that mic.
Really
pull
get it
right
in the
there.
mouth.
Rescuing pets from a kill shelter.
From a kill
Rescuing pets
shelter.
from a kill shelter.
By the way, you want to talk about the most like oxymoronic?
Come on.
Is it still up?
So
All right.
it's two weird words that don't go well together. Kill and shelter. You know what I mean?
It's a good point.
Definitely an oxymoron.
Yeah.
This is the murder hospital.
Yeah. I don't even like youth hostel. That feels weird to me. But it's right up there with like, I've got my wages garnished. Like, oh, they put a sprig of parsley by your wages? Or it sounds good. It's a kill shelter. Now, all right, it's a free dog, and I understand everyone's a goddamn hero these days, but let's call it what it is. It's a free dog. It's a free dog, and my feeling with the free dog, it's fine. You've saved a dog. I'm sure because the dog is in the kill shelter, he's been sufficiently emotionally traumatized. And by the way, I love it when no one knows what the mix is of their dog, but they're saying it because they want to tell you it's a rescue. Right. It's clearly a fucking lab and pit bull, and you can see it from across the street. And it's like literally looks like half a lab and half a pit bull got put together, and the bitch is like, "Oh, I don't know what Rascal is because I rescued him." Because I rescued him, and he was already grown, and I don't have papers on him because I'm a hero, so I don't know what he is. And I'm like, I met the dog 11 seconds ago. I'm fucking telling you what this dog is. Yeah, I don't know because I got him in a rescue. Did I say that? I rescued the dog. I went in, we pulled a Huey in, helicopter in at night, me and SEAL Team 6. We got a rappelling gear in. We went down. The first Huey went down. They had a backup Chinook come in. We breached a wall. A couple of Bin Laden's A-listers were there. I kicked one. I threw a crescent kick. I took out the other guy. Took the thing in, yelled Geronimo. The Huey went up, and we were back at base camp that evening. Thank you. I've seen a lot of movies. I know.
Hey, you've rescued a lot of dogs.
I know how it works. So you love to say you don't know what the fucking dog is. How about we get the dog a little DNA test and get to the bottom of this thing? Because I know you know, but you don't want to know because you rescued the dog. You got the dog for free. But here's the scenario that we never really think about. This dog has been traumatized. Like this dog was feral, running through the streets of South Central. You know, Michael Vick was the previous owner. The dog's got a fucking head, like a head full of hatred. And you rescue this dog because you're a hero. And the next thing you know, the front screen's left open. You got a special needs kid who lives next door. He wanders out on the lawn, and this dog rips his face off. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Do you want that?
That dog did it.
That's on you. That's on you. And if that dog had just been put down in a timely manner, then little Matty boy would still have a face.
You're a monster.
Matt's a monster now because no amount of reconstructive surgery could ever put that kid back together again.
Dr.
Am I
Terry.
right, Terry?
I know
He's
one
seen
guy.
It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. I like when people say that twice. We got it first time with the heartbroken part.
Just as a quick supplement to this, thoughts on the Who Rescued Who bumper sticker?
Oh, I don't.
I had a feeling.
First off, if you, all right.
It's helpful.
Well, just start with the bumper sticker in general.
Right.
Why don't we just start there?
Just in general.
Who's putting who's like, it's like one step below a tattoo. Like you have to think about the tattoo because that's forever. The bumper sticker is like forever on your car.
Well, the bumper sticker, it's a way to take a $1,800 car and make it into a $1,000 car. Like, Each one of these bumper stickers you apply, we take $80 off Blue Book on this car. Literally, you can't sell cars with too many bumper stickers on them because it's weird. It's like it's too personal. You know, it's like that's clearly someone else's ride. And when the cars are old, you try to get them off. All there is a weird dark spot where the sun hasn't blasted out the rest of the black bumper. All right, I think we should play our TiVo game. No, not the TiVo game. Our Rotten Tomatoes game. Yes, I'm going to say. You guys can play along.
Listen to that noise. It's a high falsetto voice. That can only mean one thing, and you can feel it.
Yes, ma'am.
Dawson names a flicks, and the gang makes their picks, guessing if it's rotten or fresh.
If they guess it exactly, we'll get a bonus 5.
It's the Rotten Tomatoes game. You know how we do it. Give me the Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah, I'm
game.
about pageantry.
Now
For
it's
anyone
time to
who
play it.
knows me. All right, so we pick a theme. What is the theme, Dawson?
The theme tonight is movies that that have featured some sort of plastic surgery.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Good. All right, so we guess now
Or physical transformation, I'm sorry.
a physical transformation. Okay, so in Rotten Tomatoes, they have the audience score, and then they have the top critics. This is just the critics. What is that Rotten Tomato score? We treat it like golf. Whoever has the lowest score wins the game. And the reason we write it down is so you don't hedge and
off someone
lock
else's.
it
Not
on
Price
the-
is Right
okay.
rules.
I'll just yell out mine after everyone's written theirs down, and I'll cheat. So here we go.
Our first movie stars Colin Farrell along with a long-panted Tom Cruise. It's a futuristic movie about a special police unit with the ability to arrest murderers before they commit their crimes. It's 2002's Minority Report.
The aforementioned Minority Report.
You know the sad thing I really realized about me? Like if you said to me, like if someone arrested me right now, like came from the future and arrested me and goes, we're arresting you because you're going to commit murder, I wouldn't go, you got the wrong guy. I'd be like, who'd I murder? And they'd be like, your shitty neighbor who went nuts when Loxamana parked his Prius in front of the house. And I'd go, oh, okay, where do we go?
Yeah.
Like I'd
makes
have
sense.
to know
Good.
who. I'd have to know. If they said a random stranger and you did it for thrills, I'd be like, you got the wrong cat. If you said your daughter in 4 years, I'd be like,
All right, take me
she's
in.
in high school now, the junior. Okay, she's driving. Okay,
Maybe.
where do we go? Yeah. Okay.
Gonna do the crime, do the time.
Okay, I think this was a good movie, or was supposed to be good, or like everyone knows what it is, or was it on a Clancy book
did
or
you see
something?
it?
I didn't see the
Oh.
whole thing.
was
Brian will
good.
screw you up a little bit and tell you. I think it was good. I don't know if critics like these kinds of movies. But was it on a book, based on a book?
I believe it was.
Because it seemed like we'd heard about it.
Yeah.
Everyone locked in?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 79.
Sounds about right. I said 86. It's a Steven Spielberg movie.
87.
I said 80.
Minority Report, which, by the way, Tom Cruise gets a risky eye transplant in the movie, is certified fresh at 91%.
That's a good score for this kind of movie.
The worst part about that movie, spoiler alert, plug your ears if you haven't seen it, it's this pre-crime program like prevents murders. There hasn't been a murder in like 10 years because of it, and all of a sudden one murder occurs and they shut the whole thing down.
Right.
It's like, oh, well, I guess we were
Faulty.
wrong. It's like, no, this thing works 99.999% of the time.
Weird thing, the people had it at 80 so for Heather, but it's weird in movies like this that the audience is a fair bit lower than the critics. It's
Yeah.
normally the critics dismiss it and the audience is the one who likes these. That's
Yeah.
a weird combo. All right, here we go. It's close.
Next up, a movie starring Jodie Foster, where Anthony Hopkins cuts the face off a prison guard and wears it himself while he's helping out the investigation into Buffalo Bill skinning his victims. 1991's Silence of the Lambs.
I'm sorry, did we say these were plastic surgery movies?
No, physical transformation.
Oh, okay.
He ate
I
people's
don't know if that
faces.
goes under the plastic surgery.
He transformed them. Remember, he made Remember the guy put the girl in the well?
I
Yeah.
sure do.
Yeah, remember he made the dress? He was making a dress from the
Yeah.
skin?
Do you want to fuck me? I would
That's
fuck
why
me.
Terry and I call each other it because of that movie. It, because remember he used to say it places the
Right.
lotion on the skin?
Right.
Yes.
He'll say, I love it.
Yeah, that girl, that woman, actress, went on to do other bits and pieces and was in my movie, actually, Road Hard.
Her name is Brooke Smith.
And I didn't know it until we shot the scene, but it was in my movie. All right. The critics liked it, and I think they also like a female who takes charge
Yeah,
and
hero.
packs
Yeah.
some heat and all that kind of stuff. But now the question, really, you go, all right, this is a great movie. It's pretty timeless. Everyone loves it and all that kind of stuff. But it's never 100%, and then
Right.
it makes you wonder, like, how many assholes were there? They're like, I don't know, boring.
Swept the Oscars, too.
Swept the Oscars
Best
as
actor,
well.
Best actor.
So now we all know it's 90 plus, but do you go 99?
Yeah.
Do you go 94? I say 98.
I say 94.
I said 95.
I said 100. Screw it.
Bold.
It's a good movie.
One of you is on the button. Silence of the Lambs is certified fresh at 95%.
I knew it. That's a
5-point
5-point deduction.
5-point
All
deduction
right.
for getting it
Thank you.
dead nuts
All
on.
right. Are we actually scoring? There's a score. It's a competition.
Oh, there
Wow,
will be a
yes.
winner.
All right.
Yes. Now the audience is dead nuts on this one. All right.
Next up, it's a dystopic and
That's a good
crime-ridden.
movie. That's a title, Dead Nuts.
Dead nuts.
He was a warden in a loony bin.
Next up, it's a dystopic and crime-ridden Detroit, which is pretty much Detroit. A wounded cop's body is mostly replaced with cybernetics, but leaving his human brain in 1987's RoboCop.
Every robot movie, they always start turning human, right? They start having human. I feel like I'm turning into a robot.
Have
I'm
you seen
actually
RoboCop?
going the other way.
Have
Yes.
you seen this?
Yes. A pretty good movie, like action and stuff. It's tough. Gina's
I'm trying
trying
to
feel-
crowdsource this. They're
she's
no
trying
help.
to take the temperature of
Really?
the
What do you
crowd.
think?
Now, this is a weird movie because we
Is it
could
really
live in
that
a
low?
world. We could live in a world where
60s?
this was 77%. Because it's sort of interesting and
Right.
a little bit innovative and whatever. On the other hand, it could be 56%.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely part of the zeitgeist. I mean, people who haven't seen it still refer to it.
Right.
It was kind of an iconic movie.
I'd say
It
it's
was.
iconic. The first one's good. Second one not so good. I say 68.
I went bold. I went high. This is actually a really good movie. 83.
I went kind of safe because I'm not sure. I said 77.
I said 75.
All right.
RoboCop is certified fresh at 88%.
I am very bad at this game.
No,
Don't
you're
you
not
say,
that
Ryan?
bad. You're not too
What'd you
far
say?
off.
I want to ring the bell.
Another weird one where the audience is lower than the critics in a movie like this. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird. All right, good for Brian. That's a good call for
It's a
Brian.
good movie.
Our next physical transformation movie is about a mad scientist who kidnaps and mutilates a trio of tourists in order to reassemble them into a,
Now we're talking.
from 2010, the Human Centipede.
100%.
100%. He's right.
Oh, hey, Adam. Speaking of 100%, this movie had the best. Movies have taglines,
the
right?
taglines,
The best
yeah.
tagline of all time was this movie. It was 100% medically accurate.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
there.
Honey, was it medically accurate?
Terry's nodding.
No.
He's nodding feverishly.
There's no big centipede.
He's feverishly nodding.
Well, there might be, but not there.
This movie, I don't know why, but these movies are like when people, like if somebody ever said to me, like, we had some complications delivering the triplets. Would you like to see film of it? And I'd go, no. I'd like to just finish my lasagna and go home. So I kind of felt that way about this movie. Every time someone I still am upset over 2 girls and
One
one
cup.
cup.
Yeah.
Because
Pretty horrible.
it was, Mike August, who the
The
hell?
late Robert Schimmel.
Yeah, Robert Schimmel, the late the late, great Robert Schimmel, great comedian, great guy. Boy, that guy just been through it all, but he was a real mensch of a guy, right?
Yep.
And Schimmel was great, and he was a really good comic, and he was one of these guys who just been everywhere in his personal life. And then he got cancer, but then he beat cancer, but then he was killed in a car wreck, and it's a crazy story with Robert Schimmel. This great guy, but here's why he should rot in hell. He was doing my radio show once, and he would show up. He's one of those guys, he'd show up with a whole bunch of like carrots and fresh pressed juice and all kinds of stuff. He'd bring everything. And he popped open his laptop, and he said, Adam, I want you to see this. This is hot. And I was like, huh? What are we doing? And he just popped the screen, and he just hit play, and it was like the 2 chicks in the 1 cup. And you can't unsee that.
It was breakfast time. It was breakfast time.
Yeah, you can't unsee that.
That'll ruin you for life.
Yeah, and so I'm suing the estate, so I really can't say anything more about it. Carolla says don't get in any more detail than that.
Yeah.
All right. So this movie.
This film.
This film. All right.
Based on a true story.
So now, 100% medically accurate. Now, this could really, now this is, I'll speak to Heather here. This is one of those things, this could be a real game changer.
Yeah,
Because right now.
Because I'm losing. Big
Brian
time.
and Gina are pretty close, pretty tight. Gina got the 5-point deduction, so she should pretty good. We're a little bit behind. You've not been as
I'm not doing well.
No, you're
It's
not,
okay.
no,
I'm
you've
not
only been a
competitive
few-
like
You've
that.
only been a few here and there. But this could be 27 or could be 1. Yeah. And so there's a lot of room.
Shit. I went
There's
high.
a lot of room here. A lot of room. All right. I'm going to say a 3.
Bold choice, man. I have no idea what the score is. As ridiculous as this movie is, it's actually kind of okay. So I said 55.
Oh, really?
It's not schlock. It's kind of okay.
Okay.
I'm willing to put my name on this and go down with this ship. 61.
Wow.
Fresh.
You've seen it?
Multiple times.
Oh, multiple
Really?
It's
times.
fucking awesome.
Shit. It's good.
All right,
It's great.
I said 10. I've never seen this
Should me and
film.
the kids watch it on like Blu-ray?
I'm 100% sure they've already seen it.
Okay. Wow, so it's actually kind of decent.
It's great.
It's not a bad movie.
It's great.
The human centipede is rotten at 49%.
All right, we're still in it.
Wait, did I win that one?
Well, yours was 10.
I was 10.
So you would be 39 off. Brian, you did a
55.
55.
Isn't it like The
Weird.
Price is Right? You
It's
can't go over?
No, you can go over.
over.
You can go
We go over all the
over.
time.
Weird that
I
the
was not
audience
told
has it at
that. I'm just
25 and the
telling
you.
critics at 40. It's a lot of
It is
weird
strange.
audience thing tonight.
The critics got
All
it right.
We got one more?
Our final offering is a cinematic breakthrough. In order to foil an extortion plot, an FBI agent undergoes a facial transplant surgery. And assumes the identity and physical appearance of a terrorist. But the plan backfires when the same terrorist also undergoes a facial transplant surgery and impersonates the FBI agent. Dynamic performances from John Travolta and Nick Cage. In 1997's Face Off.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Thanks for the help.
I don't know. You know, they made an interesting artistic choice in this movie, which is at some point the evil guy, Nick Cage, gets to bang Travolta's wife.
Yeah.
Like sort of matronly wife. And
there's also a little bit too much suggestiveness with the daughter.
Yes.
There's also a little too suggestive.
it's kind of a weird thing because even though Cage is blown away at the end and everything, you still have to kind of live with the memory of him being balls deep in your wife of 23 years. You know what I mean?
That's a lovely image.
Yeah. And you know, this guy is a fucking evil terrorist, you know? He doesn't like go, I think I may orgasm soon, so I'm just gonna take my condom and walk to a potted plant. He's like, take it in the hair, bitch. Like, you know he's evil. Yeah. So he's doing something. He's turning her around.
He's not a gentle lover.
He's not a gentle lover.
No. Not tender.
Although It would be kind of a weird task, which is I have to bone this 47-year-old woman. Unclear why. I feel like older married couples don't have sex every 2 days, but okay. I have to bone her, but I don't want her to be on to me, so I have to simulate boning her the way he would have boned her.
Right.
But I don't have any clue, so you'd have to do a lot of things, like you'd have to go like, so I guess I should eat your pussy now? She'd go, yeah, why ask? You always eat my pussy. And then I'd go, oh, yeah, no, for sure. That's what I was saying. And then you'd be like,
You think they discussed this at the table read? This was like part of the whole process?
They do multiple table reads, and they even have punch-up sessions,
Yes.
and like I could be a part of that. And so that'd be
Good
one
question.
thing.
Yeah.
Then, so everything would have to be sort of a question mark.
Yeah.
Like, I know how much you love it doggy style.
Honey, you remembered.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to get my unrecognizable cock out in a moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and shut all the lights and put some foil over the fucking windows so that you
Kinky.
cannot see my very different looking cock, okay? Because that was not part of the procedure. Yes?
What's gotten into you? I'm loving this side of you after 25 years.
Oh, let's do some role playing. You play like a young barista that I met at Starbucks, and I'll play a terrorist stranger dude who got his face swapped with your husband who knows nothing about you sexually.
Just for fun, I'll be your husband's arch nemesis.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah?
Okay, that sounds cool, I
Yeah,
guess.
remember when our son was shot on the Ferris wheel?
Oh my God.
I think that was the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie.
I'm the guy who did it.
Anyway,
I'm the guy who murdered our son. Are you wet now?
I'm just going to go ahead and put this tube sock over my dick and balls and have sex with you that way because you can never be too careful, okay?
Okay, you know, I admire this side of you, honey.
All right. Oh, and by the way, I didn't bring protection, but you're on the Nuvo ring?
Nuvo ring, you knew that.
Okay, yeah.
You went
no,
with
I
me
know
to
that.
get
Yeah,
it.
I know that. Norplant.
Plant,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, doggy style.
Style.
Okay, all right. That's good. All right. What was this? Oh,
Face off.
Shit. This is a goddamn masterpiece, but I have to put my heart. I have to separate my head
Take
and my
the emotional
heart on
aspect
this
out of it.
one. Now there's no way that the critics really love this. It's impossible. It's an insane movie, but it's fun.
It's so good.
It's a romp.
It's a good movie.
It's a romp.
I'm standing by
It's like
this
a
one.
comedy, let's be honest.
But the critics can't. But they can't give it in the 30s. But can it be fresh?
Or is it?
Or is it? All right. I'm gonna say it's rotten at 57.
Interesting.
101.
Are
That
you
is my-
serious?
that's
Is
my
that
number.
even possible?
That's my number.
Wow. God love ya. All right, I said
Wow.
50, right in the center.
I said 20.
Face off is certified fresh, of course, at 92.
Oh my God. And the people have it 10% lower. This is
pandemonium. This will not stand.
This is insane.
That is
somebody
crazy.
pull this video game warehouse over right now.
This is like when Deion Sanders used to high step in the end zone. I know I'm going slower.
Whoa.
I just hurt my own score to fight everyone.
I might have
Wow.
to see this piece of shit now.
Unbelievable.
I think you won. You're very good at this.
I wouldn't.
Thank you, honey.
Yes, he knows it. The point is this.
This
These
is not my
types
thing.
of movies are always 61
I
with the
know.
critics and
Yep.
89 with the audience.
It's a John Woo movie, and the critics were like, this is like a real artsy director doing this.
Oh, I bet that Woo guy
Motherfucker.
knows the name of that
Yeah.
donut shop. You could tell me about that beef bowl. Well, we don't have to
Yes,
anoint
we
a winner,
do.
but I
Yes,
think.
we-
But go ahead and do the math, Dawson.
Oh, I'm so pissed.
It was a
This is gonna be
fantastic match,
very
all of you.
bad for me.
All of you played very, very well. I like the teammanship up there. Unfortunately, we have to have 3 people on the podium. It does not fit 4. Heather, it's a good thing you married a doctor. You
I
are in
think that
4th
every
place.
day. That's It's fine.
also known as loser, at 140 points.
I'm about to join.
That's
this,
harsh.
dude.
Leaving
I
Adam,
gotta-
Brian,
that's
and
fine,
Gina.
that's harsh.
Gina was close. Gina was close until she messed up at the end. But what did it do to her? Adam Carolla, 116 points.
Wow.
Gina Grad. 64.
Respectable.
Getting you at least in second place. But we all know how these games end. Bold Brian with 26 and the win.
You motherfucker.
And it would have been 24 if he didn't go to 102. Absolutely impressive.
Just to double check, is that the lowest score in history of Rotten Tomatoes?
Nowhere near it.
Okay, just making sure.
Nowhere near it.
I gotta believe this is the first time we had a lot of like big action-y movies where the critics were higher
Yeah.
than the people.
Surprised.
All right, should we do a little news with Gina Grad?
Let's do it.
Everybody.
Give me the news with Grad. News with Gina Grad. Breaking viral, all those crazy Trump tweets. Give me news with Gina Grad. Trouble in the Middle East. Celebrity drunk meltdowns. Need news with Gina Grad.
The news with Gina Grad.
So a little bit of irony in Texas. An abstinence-only high school in a tiny little Texas town is battling a colossal chlamydia epidemic. So here's what happened. District officials are rethinking their approach to sex education after 20 of the school's 300 students tested positive for chlamydia.
And one janitor.
Ouch.
So the school officials met Monday to discuss possible updates to the high school's conservative sex education program, basically just abstinence. Chlamydia is curable, but if left untreated can cause permanent damage to reproductive systems.
Telling people to not participate in sex or think about sex works about as well as like, Brian, remember you were like 26 and you'd be like, I'm not beating off tonight.
Yeah.
The over-under was one short Beatles song before you were beating off. Like, it wasn't like, oh, later on that evening he was beating off. It was like, he was beating off moments later.
Oh, no, the declaration, I'm not beating off tonight. By the time I got to the word tonight, my cock had ended up my hand.
Yes, right. You introduced the word beating off. It's a weird thing.
Yeah,
so,
my brain was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so you can't tell
No.
kids like don't have sex. You can't bring up sex.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's bound to happen. Yes.
Yeah, you might be right about the janitor, though, because who's patient zero when half the school, a third of the school?
The guy
Six
with
of the
the retractable key thing. Also, isn't it weird? I don't know if it was this way in the past, but I've had this happen a few times. People don't know what the fuck their keys do. Like, you get the security guy, and he's like, let me open the gate for you. And he's like, oh, okay, not this one. Let me try the other one. And I'm like, hey, I've been to Home Depot. They have those little jackets that are
Rings,
red
yeah.
and yellow and little
figure it
things
out,
that have
yeah.
little numbers and shit on them. Like, go ahead and feel free to label
grab
your
one of those?
shit so I don't have to see you. Hey, let me say this about keys. If the key's not going to work, the shit shouldn't go in. Do you know how many people just go like, it just slides right in, and they go, oh, here we go. It's not. And they all slide in with the greatest of ease. They all start off with the promise of success, right? Like where you go like, oh, this one didn't work. Let me do this one, and it just slides right in, and they go, oh, here we go, and then it doesn't turn, and then you have to jiggle it. I'm saying, I'm no keyologist here, but I'm saying, don't have the shit go in. Like, somebody work keys out where, hey, if it ain't gonna fucking work, it ain't gonna slide
Don't
right
even get
in.
it in.
That's a good
How do we
idea.
get from chlamydia to the key? I just got very confused.
Chlamydia. Yes.
Chlamydia.
I was thinking about the janitor.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the retractable thing. I like
It's a lot
that
of sex there.
retractable. I like
Yes.
that chain. We never really will know the full potential of the retractable thing because it never goes to its limits.
No.
The guy never really goes, oh man, I'm 4 feet away. If I can only get closer to the door, but I don't. This is not. I bought the 3-footer. I should have got the 6-footer, and I should have spent a little extra money. They're always close enough they don't even really need it.
That's very true.
Sorry.
Well, Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski isn't planning to show up for the team's voluntary off-season workouts because he wants to focus on his dirt biking.
No way.
Yes.
He's too big.
Gronk was at Gillette Stadium today for the Patriots, not for the Patriots, but for a Supercross event. And when asked what
Oh,
he's
he
been
like
up to,
sponsors a team or something.
Yeah.
he
He's
says,
not
"I've
riding.
been training for this dirt bike."
He's too big.
He's getting money.
He's too physically large.
So you don't think this is his passion project?
No.
Look, there's certain sports like F1 and dirt bike riding and being a jockey and things of that nature where that size it won't accommodate it.
Okay.
You can't. I want to know what he's doing. I want to see pictures. I want to see footage.
we
I
get
He
wanna
must
know
have
what's going
equity
on.
in the dirt bike industry.
What's that?
He must have equity in the dirt bike industry.
Yeah, there's something going on, but he's too big a human.
Gronk's a sharp dude. Gronk's for sale, and he's like party dude, and he'll show up at your event. He'll do whatever. Like he's a savvy guy.
But
when it comes to business.
He's not joining.
No.
He's not like seriously thinking about
course not.
joining the circuit. Now, don't get me wrong. He's like white trash and should be on the motocross circuit, but he's not. Those dudes, they're just not that.
Okay,
not
because
that
I
big.
pictured him doing like the globe of death.
No,
like at the circus.
he's not. He's too physically
Okay,
large.
fine.
I don't know. You find it. I know nothing. I've never heard this story. I just know this is
It can't be.
wrong. They want him to fuck around and do something,
Yep.
You're
but he's
probably
not
right.
physically out there racing.
All right.
That's what I know.
We're gonna
now
get to
the
the bottom
number
of this.
one guy. A lot of people don't know basically the Tiger Woods of motocross was a guy named Bubba what? No, Bubba what? Bubba Stewart. Bubba Stewart was the first black guy and completely dominated.
Of course.
Like insanely dominated the sport. And I don't know if he's still doing it. I don't know if Bubba's still doing it today, but it's weird about motocross, or maybe it's because they have all the helmet, the goggles, and the gloves, and we can't really tell what color they are. But well, there's Bubba Stewart. Bubba Stewart was unbeatable in the like early 2000s.
The Willie T. Ribs of
The
motocross.
Willie T. Ribs. And
Not wearing shorts.
All white sport.
Safety
yeah.
first.
You think black guys just get together and like have a list like what sport should we dominate next?
Yeah.
Oh no, motocross.
I think they do.
I think they do.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sneaky, those people.
Next
I
up,
agree.
lacrosse.
Water polo.
Yeah, leave
Soccer's
us.
next.
Yeah, soccer's next. Yeah, you got to leave us something. And then what we do is we let you dominate the sport. We let you take over the black people. We let you take over the sport. And then we start sneaking in some white people, but they're like from Croatia. So it doesn't really
not the same,
count.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like how you talk to black people as though there's
There's
a
no
bunch
black
here.
people here, but you know what I'm saying? We get white people back, but they have like thick accents and then like Mono Ginobili and stuff. Like they're not real. They're not good. You know, they're kind of bad white. You know, not real white.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, not
not real white.
Not happy
Yeah.
white. You know, sad white.
Right, sure.
Poor white.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the way it works.
I know what you mean.
You tell me this story. I'm telling you he's not riding. Find me, Max Batta, find me a picture of him on a Elsinore 250 riding a wheelie.
There are no photos on the internet of him riding any sort of dirt bike, but the only reason is because he did a press conference wearing like the helmet and the monster outfit.
No photos.
No photos though.
So you think if he was leading the 250cc class in the arena motocross indoor,
photo.
you think there wouldn't be a fucking photo of him with a rooster tail of mud coming
Yes,
out of the back of it?
yes, I do.
He's getting a piece.
Granted, this is not the same. Brian, you might be onto something.
He's not. There are no photos of him riding a
It's
motorcycle.
all about Monster Energy.
Right.
That's
it's
all
all
it's about.
Monster Energy.
No, he's getting a piece of the league or the event
All
or
right.
whatever it is.
Adam Carolla, private dick.
The good. No, I'm public. You ask Lynette, she'll tell you I'm a dick. We don't. It's out there. Ask the neighbors. Ask the kids. They'll
Sure,
tell
sure.
you. It's publicly traded dick.
It's very humiliating.
This is not private dick. No, public dick. Ask anyone who works for me. I'm a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But I like where your head's at.
Thank you.
No, this is how you know the fucking truth on everything, because I'd never heard any of this. It's just, oh, he's gonna forego mini camp to go ride in a professional motocross. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not. He can't ride a motorcycle.
On top of all that, I'm sure his contract specifically outlaws him riding a motorcycle.
Yes, that's
All right.
it.
A lot
All
of killjoys. Well, Starbucks has been in the news lately, and they are in the news again. A woman discovered a hidden recording device in a Starbucks bathroom on Tuesday.
Yeah.
This, according to the Department of Public Safety. She found it taped to the bottom of the baby changing station, which is located directly in front of the toilet.
Hold
Officers,
on.
yes.
Hidden recording device
Yeah.
taped to the bottom of that thing with the
that
koala
flops down.
bear on it.
Right.
Right.
I always feel like, could I sit on this thing? Like, I don't know what it's rated for. What do
Yeah.
we got? Like some screw shields in the wall? Like, could I sit on that badass?
It's got to be under 100 pounds.
All right. Here's the deal. Secret recording device at the bottom of the koala fold-out table. That must mean. That must simply mean audio and not video.
Interesting that you say that because they found it. She saw it. She freaked out. She snatched it off the wall, gave it to cops. The video is poor quality, and it appears no private parts were clearly seen. So somebody
So
tried.
it was video.
Somebody
It was
tried, but they
video,
didn't do very well.
But somebody wanted to hear the sound of chicks taking a dump. See, if we're at the nudist camp and I had a boner
Yeah.
and I was eating a hoagie and we started talking about chicks defecating, it'd be like, it would go down.
I feel like you're judging.
I would go back to pointing with my elbow again. He's back to his elbow. He won't put the sandwich down, but at least he's
He
back.
loves that sandwich.
He's back to his elbow now. I don't know. Like, what would you do? Like, this is why I'm a bad citizen. Like, if I saw something there, I wouldn't like call the cops. I'll
just
tell you why,
leave
because
it?
I'm always fucking late. Like, I'm like, this is gonna be a bunch of fucking paperwork. There's gonna be a lot of questions. They're gonna want to know if I can come back for the preliminary hearing or whatever.
Good citizen.
I'd just be like, yeah, well, no, I would probably finish, taking a dump on the changing table, and then I would go back in and I would go to the manager. Yeah, by the way, this was stuck to the koala table.
But isn't that like
Sorry,
your
it's got some
biggest
shit on
fear
it.
to
Yeah.
be in the bathroom and having someone
100%.
film you?
Yeah, dressing room, bathroom, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, you know the great thing about
you're
being
never
a
coming to
guy?
my house.
The great
Adam.
thing.
Just telling you, you're not invited. There's going to be a hidden camera somewhere.
The great thing about being a guy is you can go through
You
your
don't care.
whole life
Yeah.
and never feel violated. Women can feel violated like 10 times a day. I've never felt violated in my life. I've only felt that other people were douchebags, but I've never felt violated. I've only went like, that guy's a fucking douche. Fuck you. But I've never went like, I've been violated.
Didn't you
I'd like
feel?
to be violated just once.
Didn't you feel a little violated when you were in the bathroom and someone did the knock and open and you had to yell, "Excuse you"?
My Olga, my nanny.
Was that now Olga? Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the toilet. Oh, it's funny. I was talking about this last night to my wife, which was my nanny. She claims she didn't do this, but she fucking did. There are people who do a bathroom knock on the door where they don't break stride. They literally just go, "Hey, is anyone in there? Oh shit, sorry." It's like, let me explain how this interaction really should go down. You have to knock. You have to give me a moment to vocalize, like a millisecond to vocalize, and then you stop. If you're gonna simultaneously knock and ask if someone's in here while kicking the door open, you're gonna interrupt the entire process.
Yeah.
Because there are people who open with the knock, like boom, boom, boom. It's
Right.
like,
And as a matter of fact, I'll do you one better. Stop fucking asking if someone's in there. Like, save your breath. You're walking in anyway. I'm on the toilet. Also, I like when you then we've been arguing about it because she's like, "Hey, I waited and you didn't answer." Yeah, that's the way I roll. When my fucking pants are around my ankles and my shirt's in my mouth because I don't want it to fall in the toilet. And the door's unlocked, and I'm taking a dump, and you knock. I go, well, let me just finish this text. I got all the time in the world to reply. I mean, the door's not locked, but there's no way that person would ever open the door in the next 25 minutes, half an hour.
But is this
No,
a girl thing? We
there's-
would hermetically seal the door.
Oh, there is no way this
And
would
why are
happen.
you in? By the way, my nanny. Okay, your nanny.
My
she
nanny,
takes
your
care
nanny.
of you. But what? Why are you in the same bathroom? You build. Aren't there like 12 bathrooms in your house?
There are multiple bathrooms, but for whatever reason.
But you don't have a personal like take a dump bathroom. I feel like.
Ooh
Why
la
are you
la.
in the same space as the nanny?
I don't
taking a
have
dump?
the shit valet. Like, you just have someone who follows you around with like their hand
I
cupped
do.
like
That's why
I'm
I
not
married
that-
a doctor.
Yeah. I didn't marry a surgeon.
Yeah, well,
I married a
you need
person
another
that
bathroom.
can't find her earbuds after she removes them from her ears. So not exactly.
Well, she should put them back where they belong.
Not a cash cow.
Are you calling me a cow?
Not a cash cow
okay,
is
got
what
it.
I'm saying.
Thank you.
So
checking.
I dared to take a dump in my own home, and I was going to roll the dice on a middle-aged woman from Guatemala walking in while I was on the toilet.
But it's funny, except
Yes.
for my personal bathroom in my bedroom, I feel like the rest of the house are basically, it's a public restroom. Like, I
Right.
won't go
Oh,
there.
for sure.
Well-
yeah, that makes sense.
Then it's a weird life because you have a person that's in your house
Yeah.
who's supposed to be taking care of your kids. Although she's smart, she's looking out for number one now, and I don't mean number one, I mean number two. But what I'm saying is you women, you do a lot of complaining with all the Me Too movement, all this stuff. We
Yes,
get it.
a lot of
Okay.
complaining.
Oh, you're complaining.
Yeah, yeah, the movement. But let me say this. You have the big three of life. The big three of life. You pay less for your auto insurance.
There's a bonus.
You live 7 years longer.
Right.
The
And
crappy ones at the end.
when the Guatemalan lady kicks the door open on your bathroom, we can all pretend you were taking a piss and not a dump. With the Ace Man, there is no guesswork
No
on
ambiguity.
who was pinching a loaf. And taking a piss versus the extrusion process is it's so much more revealing and damaging.
Yeah, okay.
And I just came on to one of my greatest ruses. I'm a lot of breakthroughs tonight. I made a mistake. Okay, so I've told everybody, first day on the job, like new job. You go in and tell your boss about your special needs son, and he's your hero, and all that kind of stuff, and you start to well up a little. And then if you ever want to go see like the Dodgers home opener on Wednesday at noon, you can get out by just explaining that Olsen, give him a good name. Olsen's having like a bad day, and
yeah,
I
for
just
sure.
need to get home. And he'll never go, what's that retard up to now? Like, what's he doing? Just fucking banging his head and screaming? Or what's he doing? Like, they'll just go, oh, no, for sure. Go ahead. No.
Take the time you need.
Take the week.
This is not a good karma hit. I'm just telling
It's not
you.
a good karma hit,
Not
but
a good
it's
karma
smart.
hit.
It's tactical. Do
Yes.
that with your boss.
Okay.
Okay. My move, your move. If you guys ever hire a nanny and you have to have that person roaming around your house and possibly walking in, you set it up, you sit down on the toilet,
Lock the
you
door.
do a thing where you leave the door unlocked. You do the thing where you say to the nanny, "Hey, I'm going to the gym. Can you put some fresh towels in the bathroom?" And then you sit on the toilet, and then when she walks in, you go, "Excuse me, I'm taking a piss." And she goes, "Huh?" And
that's
then later
good.
on, you go, "Oh, listen, I pee sitting down."
Right. Set a new
That's
precedent.
That's my thing. Don't tell anybody, but I've ruined too many trousers,
Yeah.
and I have bad knees,
Yeah.
and I just pee sitting down. And you
Diabolical.
just establish that shit from day one, and then
That's
if she
good.
ever walks in, you can go, "Excuse me, I'm peeing," but it smells like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's real good.
I should have done that. I'm
Yeah.
literally kicking myself.
Horses out of the barn.
Yeah. All right, one more, Gina.
All
Grant.
right. Well, a couple of Michigan parents keep trying and trying and trying to have
See,
a girl.
you girls, if we walk in on you sitting, we assume you're peeing because we want the best for you. We always assume, and it would make sense that 30% of the time you'd have to accuse her of shitting, right?
I hope if she's
'Cause
regular.
if
Listen,
you're
girls
sitting-
are very private about this stuff. We make sure no one's around. There's got to be no one in a 20-mile radius.
Yeah.
This is never happening.
No, I get
it's
it.
never happening. And I also think there's a lot of men that sit for both.
Really?
I
I don't
do.
know about that.
Shrewd.
I do.
Yeah.
It's a good tactical
like the good
situation.
doctor over
he
here?
sits, I got to tell you.
He sits for both?
This
He's
is
tired.
news.
He operates all day.
No, it's shrewd. It's a shrewd
I
tactical
think I'm
move.
oversharing.
Oh, shrewd. It's a shrewd tactical move. I like
it's
that.
called multitasking.
I got it. All right,
That's
one
good.
more.
All right, so this couple in Michigan, they've been trying to have a girl forever.
A girl?
Yes, they've been trying to have a girl. So far, it's been all boys, all 14 boys.
Oh.
Wow.
So Jay and Kateri Schwant,
a
they
basketball
welcomed their
team.
14th son to the world on Wednesday. They even chose not to find out in advance if it was going to be a boy or a girl because the odds were it was probably a boy. The couple has a sense of humor, though. They named the baby Finley Sheboygan. And it's not after the city in Wisconsin. They chose it because it sounds like she a boy again.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to be that kid. The
Wait a
newest
minute.
baby's older brother is 25. They go 25 to newborn.
Can't you spin your sperm or something and get the dude
They don't spin
sperm to
anymore,
the
but you could do
outside?
it.
That's so
vitro.
Gattaca. You can't.
Oh yeah, no. I think you can spin your sperm and control the outcome a little. Also, you can do what I did: put the sperm in a paint can shaker and have an insane child. That kid will be fucking nuts. It's bouncing off everywhere. You can spin it and get a girl or get a boy or
Well, you can fertilize the.
you don't know. Oh,
You-
yes.
No, you
She's
can't,
drunk.
Adam. You can't
What's
spin
that?
anymore.
Spin it. You can get either one because they'll separate. The weight. Okay. So why did they spin it? Because they're like
If only we had a doctor here.
yeah, but Terry's given the come see, come saw. Like he
Something
doesn't.
tells
know.
me,
They don't even
Adam,
do
I
that
have
anymore,
no
do they?
idea.
They don't spin.
But something tells me this might have been God's plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
yes,
religious.
that's what I'm
If you
saying.
know what
Like,
I mean.
They didn't want to intervene
Yeah.
in God's
Yeah, that's what
plan.
I'm thinking,
And,
yeah.
and putting the thing in the centrifuge would
Yeah.
have been
Playing
doing that,
God.
right?
Yeah, it's blasphemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard though, you know, when you want a certain sex. Look, what my kids, we did in vitro because we had fertility issues, and so we had 3, and then I got pregnant naturally. But I
Wow.
had 1 boy and 2 girls at the time, so I sort of assumed I was gonna have a boy. It was gonna be like a match set, 2 and 2. And when I found out it was a girl, I went, huh. I was like depressed for 2 weeks. I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Took some time to like get you, but now like this kid's a badass. She's awesome. She's 7. She's a black belt. She's a super
She's a
cool.
black belt?
Yeah. Black belt in Taekwondo.
Like
she
an-
does jujitsu. We're
Like an
scared
Elvis
of her.
black
like you
belt
can't
or a
believe.
real black belt?
No, she's in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
No, she's a cool kid. But like that's what I'm talking about. Like you get what you get. You know that kids book that our kids read. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. At some point, you got to do
Right.
that with the kids. Like who knows? That's what we were meant to get. It wasn't another boy. It was a girl.
Yeah, when you read that book and you're in a bathroom with a vaulted ceiling and a bidet
And the nanny walks in.
and a shower that has 15 shower heads that shoot water in every different direction, you don't mind that you get what you get because what you got is 17,000 square feet and a lot of fucking Carrera
It's
marble.
22,
That's
but
what you got.
I'm just
They
saying.
got 22,000
22.
square feet
Yeah.
in Holmby Hills and a shitload of Carrera tile. So if that's what I got, then I would get what I get and I'll be fucking happy about it.
There you go.
But I got a shit box
Marry a
in North
doctor.
Hollywood. Of course they're not fucking upset. They live in a Sultan Brunei's fucking pool house.
Well, at
Heather
least the
Dubrow,
nanny's
everybody.
not walking in on me.
The podcast, Heather Dubrow's World, and Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig. You can check that out as well. New episodes every week on PodcastOne and the YouTube channel, by the way. Heather's Closet. Check that out as well.
That's in the
I want
house.
to thank Gina Grad for coming out
Thank
here.
you.
And Bald Brian for coming out here. And you guys for coming out and being a part of this. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Heather Dubrow and Terry Dubrow. And Gina Grad and Bald Brian saying, mahalo!
Follow Adam on Twitter at Adam Carolla. Follow the show on Twitter at Adam Carolla Show. And give us a thumbs up on Facebook. Special thanks to Mant VR for providing the 360 virtual reality cameras and to Rode Microphones for providing sound. For more information on Adam Carolla's books, movies, podcasts, live events, and more, Visit adamcarolla.com.